Three, two, one.
Here we go.
Welcome back to Fix the Conversation. I am so excited to be talking with you today. I am ultra casual, had a big event last night that I co-hosted with a sweet friend of mine. And I left the event and I got to thinking, I was like, oh my gosh, I have got to record a podcast on some content that I meant to record earlier this week, but we all get busy, right? But I was just like, I just have to take a quick second. This is going to be a shorty, but a goodie. I promise you're going to get a lot of value out of this conversation today. And this conversation is all about tolerating and enabling behavior, how to stop it, like what we need to do to stop it in its tracks. Because I am certain we have all been around people that were like, oh gosh, here we go again. We've got to be around so and so. And we tolerate, we put up with that bad behavior because frankly, we don't really know what to say to shut it down. So we're not a jerk or we're not too aggressive or whatever like that. I mean, I've heard it all. And let me tell you, I am the type of girl to push the boundary a little bit when it comes to making sure that people are in check, so to speak. But I truly do it in a way that is respectful for the people around me because I don't want the people around me to be uncomfortable. And I know that we've been all in situations like that where we're around these people and we're like, what do we say? How do we do it? And today I'm going to give you some golden nuggets. You're going to love it. I promise it's going to be good. So there is a phrase that I hear all the time, and I'm sure you have too. That is just how so-and-so is. And I'm like, really? Is that what we're saying? Because sometimes it's true, right? But a lot of the time, what we're actually saying is, I just don't want to deal with the discomfort of addressing it with so-and-so. And listen, I get it. Nobody wakes up wanting to have an awkward conversation with a friend who's always late, that coworker who drops the ball, or a family member who treats people bad. I mean, that stinks, right? So what do? We tolerate it. We make excuses. We work around it. We pick up the slack. And then we wonder why nothing changes, right? So here is the distinction between tolerating and enabling. So tolerating means that you're just putting up with something that you don't like, right? But enabling behavior means that you're putting up with it in a way that makes it really easy for that behavior to continue. So think about the friend who's always 30 minutes late. Tolerating is being annoyed by it. Enabling is continually waiting for them before you start dinner, right? Think about the employee who misses deadlines. Tolerating is feeling frustrated. Enabling is staying late every week to finish their work. Think about the family member who is rude or dismissive. Tolerating is not liking it. Enabling is never addressing it because, quote, that's just how they are. But here's the truth. People learn what works. If a behavior keeps getting rewarded, even unintentionally, there is no reason for it to change. And before you start thinking, this is about controlling other people, it's not, y'all. It is absolutely not. It's about taking responsibility for the role you're playing in that pattern. Because every time you avoid the conversation, lower the standard, or rescue someone from the consequences of their own actions, you're casting a vote. You're telling people, okay, let's have some more of that same behavior. So here are 3 things that you can do today to make this all better. Okay, so number 1, stop making excuses for people. When you catch yourself saying, oh, they're just stressed. Oh, they just had surgery. Oh, they're going through a lot. Or, oh, that's just their personality. I want you to pause right then and there because compassion, it's absolutely important. But excusing behavior that hurts others is 1,000. So you can understand someone's situation without giving them a free hall pass. Okay. Number 2. Let natural consequences do their job. Karma, right? This is where people struggle. You don't have to punish people. You simply have to stop rescuing them. If they're late, start without them. If they miss a deadline, don't automatically come in and save the day. If they continually overcommit, don't rearrange your life to accommodate them, okay? Consequences, they're always the best teacher, right? We learn from those mistakes. Number 3, have the conversation sooner. The conversation that you're avoiding today is usually the one you'll be forced to have 6 months from now, except by then it's become bigger, messier, filled with resentment, and y'all, it becomes personal, not professional. So I want you to try this. Hey, I want to share something because I value our relationship. This pattern, it just kind of keeps happening, and I don't think it's serving either of us. Simple, it's direct. That's respectful. The bottom line is if you want people to show up differently, you have to stop making it easy for them to stay the same. And that's true in leadership. It's true in our friendships and it's true with our families as well too, and it's true in business. The moment that you stop asking why do they keep doing that, and start asking the question, what am I doing that's allowing this to continue? Everything changes. Because what you tolerate, it continues, but what you stop enabling finally has a chance to change. All right. And I'll end it with this. The energy that we put out into the world is what we get back, whether that be good, bad, or indifferent. Okay. And I know that I was telling a client this past week, 99.8% of us want to do a good job. We want to show up and do the right things, right? That we want to be the good person that people can rely on. That 0.2% is going to be the narcissists and sociopaths, and they kind of do their own thing. And there's nothing that we can really do about that, right? Because that's a different breed. But by and large, most of us want to do the good thing. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to assume positive intent. I want you to put goodness out there, because when we put goodness out into the world, it comes back tenfold. It just does. And the same holds true for bad energy as well. If you have a chip on your shoulder, if you don't like something, oh, and by the way, this will be another podcast for another day, but watch that body language. You come in with your eyes furrowed and your arms across your chest. People can feel that energy too, and it is not a good energy. Okay. And guess what? You wonder why people don't like you. You wonder why people don't ask you to serve on boards or the committee or ask for the promotion or whatever. That has an impact too. The words that you say and the energy behind it dictate a lot. Okay. And for those of us around people like that, we have a responsibility as a leader. And I don't care if you're serving on a board or if this isn't a work environment as well too. You have a response. If you're listening to this, you have a responsibility as a leader to not tolerate that behavior and to not enable that behavior. You have to say something because you're in charge of the culture around you, right? So we got to change that behavior. We got to change it. We change it by having that hard conversation. And this is what I do with teams, because most of the time, like I said, 99.8% of the people out there want to do a good job. They just don't have the words to say. They don't know how to say the thing that needs to be said without coming across as a jerk or coming across as a soft peddler as well too. So if you need the words, if you need a sit down, oh my gosh, I've got a fantastic half-day conversation sprint is what I call it, where I'm going to teach you what to say and what not to say. It will completely change the way that you have your conversations with your team, with your family, and with your friends. It is a game changer. So if that sounds of interest to you, ping me on Instagram or LinkedIn and let's connect. Until then, have the conversation and fix the conversation. We'll see you next time.